morning and welcome to Show Me St. Louis. I'm Dana DiPiazza.
And I'm Malik Wilson. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
As you can see, we're not in the studio today, and that's because we are in Hermann, Missouri.
Definitely. So the next half hour is going to be filled with an array of reasons why you should come out here and visit Hermann like us, including where we are this morning at Copper Mule Distillery.
That's right. We're having such a great time, so you can consider us your tour guide for the day as we take you through Hermann wine country. There's a lot to unpack here. We're super excited to share with you, so let's go ahead and get started.
Beginning with tasting a legacy, we'll take you to a crown staple when it comes to wine celebrating 175 years of dedication.
Plus, the tours they offer here in Hermann year-round.
Free guided tours of it's actually the largest series of arched underground cellars in North America.
And history and treasures await you at every corner.
We are so fortunate to have so many boutiques here in our downtown.
We've got some of the must-dos for you, and we'll even spotlight a blast from the past.
Show Me St. Louis's takeover of Hermann, Missouri starts now. Now, there's nothing like fine wine. Only if you're getting it from Missouri, right?
That's right, and Hermann has certainly aged like fine wine. German settlers kicked off winemaking here in Hermann in 1837.
By the end of the 19th century, Hermann was one of the largest wine-producing regions in the world, and today it still produces over 20% for the state each year.
Let's take a look at a few of the many wineries here in Hermann that you'll want to add to your to-do list.
Hi, John Held, President, second generation owner, Held family owner of Stonehill Winery. My family reopened the winery in 1965 after Stonehill's great history as a pre-Prohibition winery. They were the second largest winery in the United States prior to Prohibition, and really achieved a huge reputation worldwide. We have continued to be completely committed to quality winemaking and have really set the bar high at both the state and national level with our commitment to quality and award-winning wines.
Hi, I'm Nathan Held, Director of Strategy at Stonehill Winery. It's a very special year for us. We're celebrating our 175th anniversary of being founded in 1847, which will be lots of live music, lots of good food, good wine to drink. We love having people visit us here at the winery. We've got tastings every day and free guided tours of it's actually the largest series of arched underground cellars in North America. So it's a real treat to come experience those with our tour guides and see how we still do winemaking today in a space that's been there since the mid-1800s. So it's a special treat for history lovers, wine lovers, people who love food and drink or just want something fun to do.
So my name is Parker Pukta. I'm the Vice President here at Adam Pukta Winery. We're the oldest continuously owned family winery in the U.S. It's been in our family since 1855. We're sitting on 95 acres here. Below us is the original wine cellar. It was built in 1854. We had tanks in there until 2004. All of those moved up to our larger production area. So we really try and focus on from in the vineyard to getting it in the bottle every step of the way of making it the best that we can make. Currently, I think we're in about 22 different wines. It depends on, we have quite a few different vintages of our estate Norton. We have 3 ports. We have a little bit of everything from dry to sweet. We just reopened the press house here, which the room we're in, which we're doing elevated wine tastings. So we're doing some higher end charcuterie boards, going through a little bit more in-depth tasting with some of our wines. And then we have a vineyard trail run through the winery property that's coming up here in June. And then we have the Cork and Fork Festival in July, partnering up with Pappy's Barbecue. We'll have some bands and other vendors out here as well. And then we just kind of have different events throughout the years, partnering up with other wineries in Hermann.
I'm Jim Dierberg. We've been here since the early 70s. Our vineyard's about 7 miles out, our main vineyard. We have smaller vineyards around, and we also have vineyards in California. We actually do a blend of California and Hermann grapes. The California grapes are from our 3 vineyards in Santa Barbara County. So we do the Missouri grapes, the Norton, which is the native grape. We do the French hybrids. We do the vinifers. We do them all basically. And we can because we're in multiple climates. When we talk about favorite wines, it depends a little bit on the moment, So we make like a champagne here. So like last night, we were celebrating my grandson being here. So we had a little champagne. So that was my favorite last night. We make like an ice wine here where the grapes actually freeze. And that concentrates the juice and the sweetness and the sugar and the alcohol actually too into an ice wine. So sometimes that's my favorite. But I'm confident that we have something that you will like here in the Show Me State. And hopefully this is a Show Me winery.
Now, there are so many ways to quench your thirst here in Hermann, and it doesn't just stop with wine.
That's right, and there's so much history here in Hermann, including at the Copper Mule Distillery. It all starts with Don and Jean Gozen. The name Copper Mule actually honors the Kallmeyer family's mules that would graze the property in 1910.
Their 1893 straight bourbon whiskey is distinctively smooth, wheated bourbon.
And after all that wine and bourbon history, there are over 30 shops to stroll through.
Each filled with one-of-a-kind treasures, both old and new. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Tammy Brookerhoff. I'm the Tourism and Economic Development Director for this beautiful city of Hermann, Missouri. We have so many things for men and women to do here in our town. When you come to Hermann, you will have to check out our antique shops. And every other Thursday night, we have a live antique auction at one of our auction houses. We are so fortunate to have so many boutiques here in our downtown, and they will find home decor, they will find clothing, jewelry, fashion, and we have so much for kids to do here as well. And Blondie's Dolls is a great destination for kids.
I'm Janet Melzer. I'm the owner of Blondie's Dolls Toy Shop in Hermann, Missouri. It started with my mom. She wanted to show her doll collection. She didn't have many dolls as a kid, so when she was in her 50s, she started collecting. She wanted to be able to see them, so she proposed that we buy a building here in Hermann. We added toys just because I wanted something to do, but it mainly started as a doll museum for Mom. And our toy shop is all toys from Germany. We have Playmobil, Haba Games and Toys, Ravensburger Puzzles, and Katie Kruse dolls.
One of the great things that men love to do when they come to town is go to our cigar shop where there's all kinds of accoutrements there for them to enjoy. Sally Mountain is also a great destination. They are a Missouri-made store. They are members of the Best of Missouri Hands. They make leather products, so whether it's a belt or a purse or a wallet or whatever it might be, they are extremely amazing artists who work with leather.
Hi, I'm Molly Monahan and I'm a cobbler here at Sally Mountain Company in Hermann, Missouri. We are a shoe repair and leatherwork shop. My mom started the business back in the 70s, and Mom and I have been in business together here for 11 years. I mainly do shoe repair and my mom does custom leatherwork. My mom's big thing is she makes everything, all the leather goods that we sell here. So when someone comes in wanting a handbag, they can pick out the leather they want, the design they want on it, strap, length, and we like to explain to people, the difference between what you're getting here and what you may get at a department store.
Hermann is definitely wine country, but we are so much more than just wine country. Our breweries and distilleries are so wonderful as well. We're only an hour-and-a-half drive from downtown St. Louis, and so you can either drive or you can ride the Amtrak. It's an easy day trip on the Amtrak, or you can spend the night with us. We have over 160 lodging establishments here in the city limits.
All right, guys, you just saw Tammy in the last story, and now here she is again to share some more amazing things going on here in Hermann. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome to Hermann.
Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful here, despite the
Absolutely.
rain, but it's still beautiful.
Absolutely.
So I have to ask you, I know you guys have a ton of things to do here, so fill us in.
One of our biggest attractions that people come from all over the country and all over the world to do is to ride the Katy Trail. And one of the great things you can do with the Katy Trail is you can also ride the Amtrak, the Missouri River Runner, back to your original destination.
Nice.
So we really like to educate everyone about Bike Katy, Ride Amtrak.
Okay, and how long is this Katy Trail?
Oh, It's about a 4-night ride, 5-day ride, or you can just do little segments.
Okay.
So you can ride just come out for the day and spend the day riding on the Katy Trail with us.
That is amazing, and I love to bike ride, so I'm already plotting here. But you mentioned the Amtrak. I know that is a huge attraction that brings people here. So can you talk a little bit more in depth about that?
Yes, there's stations in St. Louis, Kirkwood, Washington, and Herman, and then 6 more to the west of us. So it's a great way to ride the Katy Trail and ride Amtrak, or just come out for the day to spend the day with us from the St. Louis area and ride back on the same night. It's a great day trip for the grandparents and the grandkids.
Definitely, and the guys like myself. But can you talk to us also about the art and whatnot, and you know the beauty of this place?
We have so much natural beauty, but one of the great things that we have going on is our First Friday art walks. We have such a neat art scene and music scene in Herman. We have the First Friday art walks, are the first Friday of every month, 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock in our downtown area, featuring artists from all over the Midwest. And then we also have live music 7 nights a week at many of our restaurants, bars, our wineries, distilleries. And we have an amphitheater downtown where we have live music concerts going on as well. So be sure to check our website for all the events going on.
Definitely, and also check that website on how to book. So right now, while that information's up on the screen, tell us how we can book.
All of our lodging establishments are listed on visitherman.com on our lodging page. So we have over 160 lodging establishments within the city limits of Herman. So whether that's a 1-bedroom suite, or whether it's a boutique hotel or a whole house rental for 15 to 20 people to stay in, we have it all. So go to visitherman.com to our lodging page.
Visitherman.com, everyone. Thank you so much, Tammy, for joining us. Guys, come on out and explore.
Welcome back to Show Me St. Louis. Now, you know we're not in St. Louis today. We're actually in Herman. There is so much to love about Herman, all dating back to 1837.
Just a lot of years. Now, be prepared as we take you through over 200 acres right here at Hermann Farm. Hermann, Missouri is filled with rolling hills, history, and even amazing stopping destinations like Hermann Farm.
Hermann Farm is a historical farm, living history.
The living history lives within the walls of homes scattered across the farm, and even the barns.
The barn we're standing under right now is brand new, although it's built in the same historical style.
Within the barn is enough space for events as well that you and loved ones can utilize. But let's not stop there. While also on the farm, you can enjoy wine tasting and even spirit tasting, which is always a fan favorite. But the true stars are the horses, like Jack here.
Jack is 19 hands tall. He is 6 years old. Shire horses, which are a draft horse. They originated in England, and the Shire horse is known for being the tallest horse, or the tallest breed.
There's a total of 6 Shire horses on the farm, all offering a lot of value.
The horses here on the farm are used for showing off in front of tourists and guests, and also the horses are used to give carriage rides. So these horses are all trained to harness. We can hook them up to a carriage and we can give rides and do demonstrations and so forth like that. One of the things we offer here at the farm is what's called the Shire Experience. You can go online at hermanfarm.org and you can book that Shire Experience, plus our tram tour and all of the other things that we offer here at Hermann Farm.
As you can see, Hermann Farm offers a lot and welcomes everyone.
We recently did a show here and a tour for the School of the Blind. They just love to be touching the horses and all the other animals we have here, and it was a neat experience. I would encourage you to come out to Hermann Farm. It's beautiful. It's right next to Herman, Missouri. We are right next to the town, so it's not hard to get here. And a lot of people have been coming to Herman for years, and they don't realize that Hermann Farm is right next door. Very accessible, very easy and inexpensive to come here and see the farm and see the wonderful things we have to offer.
Still ahead on the show, whimsical weddings in wine country, how Hermann can host you on your big day and your honeymoon. Good morning and welcome back to Show Me St. Louis. Today we're in Hermann bringing you a whimsical wine country wedding destination. I'm joined here this morning with Terry Hammer to tell me all about the wonderful I Do destination. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. My wife of 53 years, Peggy, and I own Hermann Hill Weddings. It's part of a wedding and lodging business. The lodging business is 27 years old. We're over 15 years in operating a wedding venue that's on a river bluff here in Hermann.
So a beautiful wedding venue, and it's one of the biggest days of your life. So you have to make sure it is picture perfect, right?
It is, and we've been over the years, because we assign 2 wedding coordinators to every couple. We've seen the whole gamut, from people who literally just show up to those that are obsessive compulsive about everything and personally make all of the centerpieces. And so we're used to dealing with a lot of people, but you're absolutely correct. The goal is it should be a magical, perfect day.
Which one's easier to work with? The ones that have it all figured out, they've been, waiting for this day since they were a little kid, or the ones who are like, we trust you?
I think the ones that are obsessive probably are more fun because they're so excited that we don't have any rules. We're saying, that's an amazing idea. Let's see how we can expand it. And look at what we've got that can add to that.
Right.
And so, yeah, we're really blessed with a huge group of wedding coordinators who can take a vision and expand it. And that's what we're probably most proud of.
That's what everybody wants to hear. As long as they can have a say and their answers are being
Absolutely.
taken care of.
We do a lot of large weddings, but we're also increasingly doing micro weddings and also many elopements. We have 3 elopement packages, and we have couples who have booked a lodging reservation with us, and then as it gets closer to the date, call up and say, we're going to get married too. And so we just add the elopement package to it.
That's awesome. So, we're coming out of kind of a strange time with COVID and everyone being away and kind of not able to gather and celebrate like this. So how does it feel to finally be back to normal and having everyone come out and celebrate together? Yeah,
COVID really helped us in the sense that about 6 years ago, we saw that our competition was increasingly barns and fields and that kind of stuff. We've always, of course, had an air-conditioned large chapel. So we blasted out a river bluff ceremony site and put adjacent to it climate-controlled restrooms. And when COVID hit, all of the ceremonies moved outside. And since then, they haven't moved in. Matter of fact, we insist that whoever florist the couple uses have flowers so that they, in 15 minutes time, can be taken from the inside to the outside or to the inside. So it's a January day. They knew they were having their wedding inside the chapel, but it turned out to be 65 degrees. You know what they did?
They went outside.
They had this amazing outdoor wedding, and everybody's just going crazy.
That's so nice.
And the other thing that happens outside is there's a lot more movement because we always include a champagne toast. So you see the couple moving around, which is the kind of thing that they don't normally see if you're a guest at a wedding. And they like the idea of flexibility. We include alcohol before the ceremony as well as during the reception.
Plenty of options for drinks. I love that you said that you can move indoors, outdoors. No bride wants wet hair on her wedding day. They say it's good luck, but that might just be to make the bride feel
but if everybody's looking at their phones and they see in 15 minutes it's going to clear off, they still move it outside. You know, we're flexible. Why? We control our own catering, our food and beverage, so our staff is trained to deal with a half hour late, a half hour early, whatever it takes, we can handle that.
Viewers, if you want to have a pretty sweet wedding destination, Terry's got just a spot for you.
Hermann Hill
That's
Weddings.
right. And the website?
HermannHill.com.
That's right. You heard it here first. All that info right here on your screen. Terry, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
My pleasure.
And we will be right back. We have had such a blast sharing some of the happiness that Hermann has to offer, but we are just scratching the surface.
Scratching the surface we are, but if you're thinking about taking a visit out here to Germantown, there's just one simple way to do it. Go to visithermann.com and you can book your stay, learn all the extra information that you need just right there. So since we're here in wine country, Hermann wine country that is, might as well get ourselves some drinks.
That's right, and we have some shopping to do.
I'll leave the shopping to you. You're good. I'll leave that with you.
Well, thanks as always for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.